Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I would like to welcome every single one of us who is listening to us right now. This is the Hajj seminar for 2018 for our beautiful journey that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us and chosen us to go on one of these journeys. Before we go into anything in depth, I would just like to apologize for a bit of a delay we've had in setting both of the live feeds on. Unfortunately, it was out of our hands, and the reason being was because it's a technical issue. We're trying to connect everything, but alhamdulillah, we are up and running. However, I was just looking on the WhatsApp messages and the groups. Everyone seemed to have just said, send me the link, send me the link. But in a way, for me, I am happy that this happened because it's started a bit of a training for you guys, that and something for me to give you across, a message across, that the Hajj journey is all about being patient. And yes, we did give you the time for 6 p.m. We are running 22 minutes late. I am aware of this. I have been trying to pull out all the plugs to make sure the seminar goes on time, but unfortunately some things, just like the technical problem, is out of our hands. It's in the same way, there are many things that we are going to be going along on this journey and we're going to be experiencing a lot of mishaps on this journey as well. Not from our side, but it kind of happens. Maybe the plane gets delayed, the buses will not be on time. I would like to inform you and make you aware of this before. So the Hajj journey exercise is about patience. If you are going to start exercising this patience from now on, inshallah al-Aziz, I can guarantee you, you will have an amazing Hajj journey. We pull out all the success as we can to make sure that nothing gets delayed from our side. But then again, these things happen, and it's part of life when you're traveling. Traveling means difficulty. This is where you travel when you pack everything, you're leaving your homes. So you will go through a lot of difficulties throughout the journey. You got to remember, it's not a journey that you're making across to your work or to your family members. The Hajj journey is the journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you have to remember that this journey that you're going to take or you're going to embark on, it's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the basic concepts that I would like you to embed in your brain. That it's not a normal journey that we normally carry out from one place to another when we're going to work. We just get into our own uniforms or clothes to go to work, and then we just have a smooth journey and we're back to work every day. I mean, these journeys we do every day. The Hajj journey is a journey that you're going to carry on once in a lifetime. This journey is going to happen once in a lifetime, so you've got to remember that when things happen once in a lifetime, and then the reward that you're going to get of Hajj, a Maqbool Hajj, is like all your sins will be forgiven. So this journey of Hajj that we are going to embark on, it's a special journey. It's a special journey for me. I always dream about this journey every year. So inshallah, we will talk in detail, we will go in detail as well. I am aware that because we are 20 minutes late, we are going to come on to Asr prayers as well. So just to, inshallah, these, for people who have been late or they just joined us now, we have been late, so I'm sure everyone's now glued on to the TVs or mobile phones or whatever you're watching me from. I would like to formally say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to everyone, and I would also like to congratulate every single one of you that you are, alhamdulillah, about to embark on one of the best journeys of your life. You must be traveling, you must have traveled all around the world, you must have been to a lot of destinations in Europe, Africa, Middle East, but this journey of Hajj is an amazing journey. It's something that is going to leave a mark, and a good mark, on your brain and heart and your soul for the rest of your life. This is how important and special this journey is. I cannot I can talk about this special journey for hours and hours, and the benefits, and how you would bond with one another, how you would get along with one another, how you would argue with one another. All these things is a complete package of a Hajj journey. You got to remember that, just in your daily lives, we go work 30 days in a month, or more or less, whatever people do, and at the end the reward is financial for us. So we earn some sort of money, financial reward. Some people do it for job satisfaction and all sorts. But we go through this struggle of 30 days every single day of our life. Now, when we go through this journey of our normal days, the reward is financial, and we have a very nice, healthy lifestyle in the UK. Same as this journey that we are about to embark on, which is the Hajj journey. You got to remember what the reward is. One, obviously, it is that it's a pillar of our religion, the beautiful religion of Islam. And then, obviously, it makes us complete all our pillars. But the other thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to forgive us, inshallah. Allah ta'ala is going to forgive all our sins if our Hajj is makbool. So you got to remember that we do a 30-day month of work, and we get a financial reward at the end. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at it, amazingly, within those 5 days span of Hajj, so the days of Hajj that we're going to spend, and even just one day, the day of Arafat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before the sun sets, we will be standing there and asking for forgiveness. Ya Allah, forgive me for whatever bad deed I've done, known, unknown. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, within a split second, or within a few minutes, inshallah, is going to forgive us. Now, to me, it's a big reward. I'm sure to you guys sitting at home watching me, it's a very big reward this is. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to forgive you. So you got to remember, this is the end goal, why we are going to Hajj. To ask for forgiveness, to complete our deen. These are the two main things that stand out for me every year when I travel on this. That I am going to ask for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when I'm going to ask for forgiveness, do you really think when we, in 30 days of our lifestyle, when we work and we get a reward from our employee or employer, at the end, look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahim. Look how Kareem He is. That within a matter of a day, inshallah, He will forgive all our sins. So this is what you have to remember, that how important this journey is. I would also like to thank every single one of you who is watching right now, or who is going to watch me later on, that thank you very much for choosing us as your Hajj traveling partners. We are very blessed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us and given us this opportunity to serve the Hujjaj of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has given us the opportunity to serve you guys, which you are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is a very big honor for us as well. As the staff behind me who works tirelessly, we work for this honor. That inshallah your du'as will make us forgive all our bad sins. Your du'as is something that is going to take us to new heights. It's this service that we give you, taking you on this holy journey. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us khair in this dunya and the hereafter as well. So we are very honored, and every year we are honored to take Hujjaj on this journey. I would just like to briefly touch on what Noori Travel is and what we kind of do. So people who are aware of us, and people who are not aware of us. The reason I say this is some people have joined us because their previous family members have embarked on this beautiful journey with us, and they have come through recommendations. Some people have just randomly found us. Some people have come from different aspects offline as well. So inshallah Aziz, I would just like to give you a brief introduction of how many people are on this group, because you must be standing there or sitting there and thinking that what's going on, there's so many packages, there's so many people on this group, everyone's cautious, you have so many questions. Inshallah Aziz, we will first do a brief introduction of the Hajj seminar, then a brief introduction on what the group consists of, how many people are going, and then inshallah Aziz, we'll have a salah break. In that salah break, we will be sending you detailed itineraries, a brief itinerary from each group. I will come along to that. Then we will talk about the Umrah process. We will also then cover all the goodie bags for those people who have already received your passports and everything. We will go through them. And then inshallah Aziz, we'll briefly touch on Hajj, the whole Hajj journey. And then inshallah Aziz, I'll invite everyone to send their questions and answers through WhatsApp. Or if you can't use WhatsApp or mobile phone, which everyone does these days, then you can call our offices on 0203 3185 786. My staff is available in the background to take any questions you have, and they will forward it to me over here, and then inshallah Aziz, I'll answer those questions for you as well. So this is the setup or the agenda for today, inshallah. Also, this is not the first setup or the first agenda or the last agenda, inshallah Aziz. This is the first setup which is virtual, where you're not in front of me. But inshallah Aziz, I pray that one day, which is soon, inshallah within 9 to 10 days, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the opportunity to be in front of you and deliver a seminar in front of you in Makkah al-Mukarramah as well, inshallah. So briefly, our group of Hujjaj, the whole group consists of 155 people, inshallah. So we have 155 people traveling with us on the Hajj group, inshallah. And what we're going to do is inshallah Aziz, we will be discussing the Hajj seminar on there as well, and we will be talking and discussing everything in detail. Can you please go to slide 1, please? So that's where we are with those things. So inshallah Aziz, we will discuss this in detail as well. So there's 155 of us. Now the breakdown is like this. There are 13, there's a package for 13 days, because obviously people must be thinking, Awais hasn't, I'm sorry, I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Awais Mustafa, I'm the business manager here at Noori Travel. So what it is that there's 155 of us on this group. So this is how the package breakdown is. So there's a 13 days non-shifting economy package. There's a 14 days non-shifting economy package. There's a 17 days non-shifting economy package. There's a 19 days non-shifting economy package from London Heathrow, and also a 19 days non-shifting Hajj package from Manchester Airport as well, flying out from Manchester. Also there's a 5-star Hajj package which is for 13 days, which is also flying out from Heathrow Airport. So these are the 6 to 7 different packages which we have available and you guys have booked onto. So everyone has been sent individually their itinerary. Inshallah Aziz, I have in the Salah break, we'll give you everyone a short video into your WhatsApp groups as well. So I have all these WhatsApp groups running concurrently right now. So then we have to distribute all these videos to you guys in regards to your flight details. And reason behind is not sharing these flight details to you right now on live is because I'm sure, as I mentioned, there's about 6 to 7 packages. Everyone is going to get confused, which is my flight or which is my package. Therefore, you have already received all your Hajj package stuff and your documentation through the post or via your collection. And the Hajj package that I'm talking about, inshallah, to show you briefly, is this documentation which has everything in detail for you. So inshallah Aziz, we'll be later on looking at this as well, and we'll be opening up all these things. I will be going through all these goodie bags or whatever you've received in the goodie bag, just to explain what is what and where to use what kind of thing. So inshallah Aziz, I'll go through these, I'll be going through them as well. So this is where we are. We have 155 people, we have 6 to 7 different packages. Everyone is traveling on different dates. Those dates which are yours have been already given to you. If not, inshallah Aziz, we will again send you videos in the Asr prayer break as well. Now, the thing is that I've kind of would like to just generally touch on these Hajj journey again, that you need to understand the importance of Hajj. That why are you going on Hajj? Why have you made this decision of going on Hajj? Then what is the blessings of Hajj? then it's a once in a lifetime experience. And this is the most important thing that you got to remember, that you are coming out of your comfort zone. Now, what I mean by coming out of your comfort zone, some people are on a 5-star package, some people are on an economy package. But let me tell you, on the day of Muzdalifah, the night of Muzdalifah is when you are going to be coming out of your comfort zone. Every single one of us, be it you're in a 5-star package, be it you're in an economy package, you are still going to be sleeping on the floor, open air, and this is what we are. This is who we are in the front of Allah's eyes. We are all one equal nation. So we have to remember this, that you need to come out of your comfort zone. I'm sure everyone has very nice luxury houses. Everyone is now sitting on their comfortable sofas, but you got to remember, you are going back in time, and you got to remember that these days, the facilities that are provided to complete Hajj is nowhere near when the Prophet ﷺ completed his Hajj journey. So this is what you got to remind yourself. This is what you got to tell yourself, that what are you going there for? What is your comfort zone? You have to literally break your comfort zone. You have to come out of your comfort zone. We're not going there to socialize. Yes, we will have 155 people. You might meet people from your area. You might meet people from the same profession as you. We have 5 to 6 doctors on this. So, this is not what we're going there for. We are, remember, going to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this journey. And this journey that we are going to embark on is for Allah. So this journey that we're going to make is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what you have to remember, that why you are going on this journey. If you focus and you remember why you are on this journey, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you. He will make this journey easy for you. Let me tell you this, that everything that regarding travel arrangements, you don't have to worry about these travel arrangements. This is why you've hired us. This is why you've chosen us. We have over 12 years of experience that we have been taking Hajj on this package as well. We have over 12 years of experience. So alhamdulillah, we try to improve every year. All the mistakes that we make, we take your feedback, we value your feedback as well, to make sure that what issues we had in the previous past, we kind of improve them year in, year out as well. So inshallah Aziz, now we will be going on to the next slide, which is the package. Inshallah Aziz, I would like to quickly just run on to the packages that you should receive. So we will go on to the next slide, inshallah Aziz, and then we'll discuss those other things on with you as well. So obviously, some people have already received their parcels in the post. Some people are yet to receive or collect their parcels. Let me assure every single one of you that the parcels or the visas is, alhamdulillah, everyone has been completed. Every single person's, inshallah, visa has been completed. If it's not completed, then by Monday we are expecting to deliver whole process of visa. Now, I've been told by guys that it's time for prayer, but what I would like to do is, because we've been running slightly late, just go through what you should have in the packages. So what we can do is then, you guys, if you can have your packages out with you, we can just briefly go through them, or in detail, what you should have received from us. And then inshallah Aziz, we'll have a salah break. And in that salah break, just to remind you in case people disappear, we will be sending videos onto your WhatsApp groups, because that will explain regarding our flight details, regarding your packages according to the package you have booked. So like for example, the 13 days, 14 days, 17 days, 19 days, and the 5-star people who have booked their packages, in those videos, which are very brief, they're like a minute and a half videos onto your WhatsApp, will explain how we're going to meet, where we're going to meet, and what time are we going to meet according to your flight details, inshallah. So I'm sure some people have already received those parcels. I would like to first of all go into the main part, is that I might give you some clear-cut information, and please try and follow those information of mine as well. So here you would have your obviously received your passport back to yourself. On the top hand side or the top hand, you would see a label, and on this label it would have your name, your passport number, a picture of yours, and also a serial number. So for argument's sake, looking at this passenger, the serial number is 96. So you'll have a number written here, 96, and also at the bottom left hand side you will have another number written, 96. These are your designated, or we have allocated you these serial numbers. And the reason for these serial number is it's very easy for you guys, for us to manage which serial number has been completed, because you will see that they come in very handy in the future when we will be doing these travels. So please, I would request you to remember your serial numbers, because this is how we would be communicating with you to, for example, to say number 1 to 45, your bus is ready, or bus number 1 is allocated to people from number 1 to number 45. So you need to immediately be able to identify yourself. Oh, I'm number 32, so I should be in bus number 1. So this is how it becomes more productive and efficient while you're on this journey, rather than calling out everyone's name. Some people hear your name and some people won't be able to hear us shout across or say across the terminals. So this is why we give you these serial numbers. Also, we have given you these covers, and the reason for giving you these covers on the passports are because we don't want to put a lot of labels on your passport, because we understand it's a really private documentation for yourself. So therefore, please do not remove any documentation that we have put on for you. Either it's on your passport or either it's on the agreement file. Everything that we have managed is there for a reason, and it will come in hand somewhere along the journey. So therefore, I would insist, please do not remove anything. Now, you're probably sitting there wondering, we've got our passports, but where is our visa copy? Because there's no visa. We've received an empty passport. Now, the ministry or the Saudi government has now introduced, obviously, an electronic visa. This is where, in this particular file, and then also again, on this file, excuse me, on this file you would have also a label with your name and your family members. So whoever is, if you're in a double room, you will have 2 stickers on here. If you're booked as a family, as a 4, then you would have all those names as well mentioned onto there. Now, someone seems to have tied the knot quite tight on this, so I'll just pull out all the documentations from inside, and then we'll just quickly browse through all the documentation through this as well. So once you'll open the folder, these are the this is what you will receive or will come out of your folders anyway. So first of all, you'll have your ticket inside one of these ticket holders. And then obviously if you open them out, you will receive your ticket like this. So you have your tickets in there. It has all the timings highlighted already, but again, as I mentioned, we will send them through the videos as well, inshallah. So these are your tickets. Now, some people might not have received their ticket. That is, those who haven't received their tickets are aware, but inshallah, this coming Monday you'll receive your tickets as well. Then the next thing, I don't know if for some people it might be in this agreement folder, or some people in the ihram bag, you would have received these wristbands. Now, these wristbands are for you to wear once you are traveling towards Jeddah airport. Because once you are going to land there's a barcode, and the ministry or the Saudi government has told us that everyone must have one of these wristbands wearing at all times. These are waterproof wristbands, and also it mentions your name and your passport number and all sorts. So in case anything happens to you, in case you collapse anywhere in haram, or anything goes wrong with you, you get lost, then the government or the authorities there will be able to identify you very easily. There must be many questions coming in your mind right now while I'm talking, but please allow me to go through everything, and inshallah Aziz, you will realize that I will go through a detailed seminar, that every question that's popping in your mind, note that to yourself, and inshallah Aziz, when we'll open for the question and answers, we'll go through them. But with my experience of delivering seminars every year in, year out, I kind of go through everything in detail anyway, unless something I forget on the spot right now anyway. But then you guys must help me and ask me those questions, and inshallah these after, at the end we will go through those questions. Anyway, just quickly going to go through all the brief documentation. This is just an appreciation letter to say thank you for choosing us. The next page you should receive is what you should have in the package from us that you've received either via collection or post. So I won't read through this because I have everything here, and I will be going through them and I will show you them as well. Again, there's an important note to mention. Do not take anything off your passport documentation or anything, and also it mentions do not, yes, you need to carry your meningitis certificate, make sure you have them once we land at the Jeddah airport, and do not remove any documentations or any stickers which we have labelled or we put on, because everything has been put there for a reason. The next documentation you will see in your file is the package or the detailed itinerary. The most frequent question that I get asked, and it annoys me because we kind of mention this every year, year in, year out, is the luggage. What is the luggage allowance? So I would like to address that question straight away. You will see this according to your package, and at the bottom of the page you would see there's an icon. It says 23 kgs times 2. So one person is allowed 46 kg per person, which is going to go in the hold of the plane. So 23 kgs has to be in one suitcase. So 23 plus 23 is 46 kgs per person, plus 7 kg is allowed in your hand luggage. So in all, you're allowed 43 plus 7 per person. Also, I would like to mention Zamzam here, because on your return everyone is going to ask what is a Zamzam situation. By Saudi Airline, you are allowed 1 5-litre Zamzam. Availability is free. It's not free to buy. I think it is 5 riyals, and depending how the price will increase this year. But last year it was 5 riyals for a Zamzam can. So you will have to buy the Zamzam can yourself. However, on the plane they will let you check that Zamzam in for free per person. So 1 person per bottle is allowed. Your attention is that it mentions the flight time is already mentioned here, the departure time, what day, what airline, when are you checking into your hotels in Makkah and in Medina, what the packet again is including. And then on the second page of this same documentation we have the package itinerary, which is really detailed into what's going to happen on the first day or the second day or the third day. I will not go into the detail on this literally package itinerary. Reason being is when we are going to be in Makkah, inshallah, we will be having seminars time to time there as well. The next thing that you will see is the arrival confirmation in front of you, and it just mentions a brief description of what's going to happen, how are we going to travel to Makkah, and what's going to happen there as well. So this is again another arrival confirmation, and your hotel confirmation is on that as well. Then the next thing is you have on here is your visa. When I mentioned that your digital visa is now digital, so you will have a printed copy of your digital visa. This file and these copies must travel with you, because at the end of the day, when you're going to check in onto the airport, they would like to see your visa, and this is the copy of your visa. This is your electronic copy of visa. The next thing you will see on the list is your passport copy. This is a passport copy, which is your photocopy. We have printed this for precautions, and also you will need this passport copy to get a SIM card. Inshallah, this will come onto the SIM card because it's a very sensitive topic. The SIM card is, and everyone wants to know how quickly can they get a SIM card on their hands. So we'll come into that in detail as well. But just that passport copy, we have left a copy for every one of you. In case you lose your passport, then we have a copy. You have a copy. Once you're going to get your SIM card, you will need your passport copy, and so on forth. Another documentation after your passport copy that you will find is what to take. And this is just a list of recommendations from our experience, that these are the things we recommend you take when you go to Hajj. So you can read these through on these documentations as well. The second last documentation you have is how to maximize your time in Mecca. Again, this documentation has been really useful. I am sure everyone has been doing their own private reading on Hajj and how to do Hajj. One thing I would like to remind you here is, Alhamdulillah, we can't stop the of Islam that people follow that join us on this Hajj journey. Therefore, we would like you, and I request you, this Hajj is yours. It's not my Hajj, this is your Hajj. So if it's your Hajj, it is your responsibility to do your background reading on how to perform Hajj. Now, this does not mean, we're not going to be there to help you on how to tell you the basics of doing Hajj. We will be there to tell you the basic foundation of how to do Hajj. However, if you are following a different sector of Islam and you come from a different sect, maybe you do things differently. If your sect tells you, or the sheikh you follow, or the sect of Islam you follow tells you to do things differently, we will not stop you from doing them things differently. However, I would request that please avoid confrontations within the group to say, oh, this is not how you do it, this is not how you do it, this is how we do it. Because we're not there to argue with one another to say, oh, this is what you've done wrong. Okay, fair enough, if you're doing the basics wrong, explain to one another, but please, happens every year. I would request that do not try to get into an argument with another fellow Haji of yours. We are a family-based travel agent. We run this as a family, and when we see you as Hujjaj, we treat you as family. And I would request, and I would tell you this now, that when you are going to come back from Hajj, you become the best of friends after completing Hajj together. It's naturally that you bond together. I'm sure you have many great friends within your community or within your area now, but remember these words, that once you complete the Hajj journey, it leaves a mark on your mind and heart for the rest of your lives. And you will see this, that people become family friends, people become the best of friends after completing Hajj together as well. So this beautiful journey makes the brotherhood come together, the sisterhood come together, and it just brings a very great bond together. The next documentation you will see is just your signatures that you have signed in to the terms and condition. And last of all is the Makkah hotel maps location according to your hotel. So if you're in a 5-star hotel, you'd be in a different, obviously you'll have a different map, and if you're in an economy package, obviously you will have a different hotel location as well, inshallah. So these are the paperworks that we have sent you in physical formats already. Now, another thing that we have introduced this year is the mobile app, which is the Wamos app, which everyone has access to. If you don't have still access as yet, or you don't know the username or your passcode to your application, you are more than welcome to ping us on WhatsApp, and we'll be more than happy to give those passcodes to you. Again, all the documentations that I've just mentioned or showed you are also available digitally as well. So in case you need to go through your visa copy and everything else, we would go through them as well, inshallah. So you have access to them as well, digitally as well. So I've quickly just gone through the documentations. I will just now quickly run through the products that we have sent you. This is one of the backpacks, shoe bag, or you could say whatever you would like to call them, to take Mina. These are very nice. These are our new additions this year. We have improved from last year. They're very compact, as you can see. It's easy to carry. However, once you open them up, it becomes a fully back kit bag for yourself. And in this back kit bag, obviously, you can take this into Haram. There will be no stopping, because the security guards make sure you don't take a lot of food with you or a lot of things that will cause nuisance in Haram. So this bag is a very easy bag. It's a small bag which they allow you to easily take into Haram. So in this bag, obviously, you can carry your books, your wazaif, anything you would like to carry in this, or if you would like to carry a Zamzam bottle or your slippers in this is the best thing, and it's a very convenient thing for you to take. Now, In regards to slippers, my recommendation is do not use any of the boxes to keep your slippers in, because there's constantly cleaning going on, and once the cleaners come, they literally, your slippers disappear like in the sea of slippers. So you would easily lose your slippers. So this is why we provide you with this backpack for you to carry as well. Also, you must have received from ourselves a how to perform Umrah book. Inshallah, I will talk about Umrah as well later on, and how we're going to do the Umrah as a group or individually. But this is how to perform Umrah book as well that we've sent across as well. Also, you have another booklet with you. I'm sure you received this as well. It's on how to perform Hajj. So inshallah, you can read this in your own time as well. Another thing you must have received is one of these ID cards. Maybe according to your package, you might have a white ribbon, and according to this person, he's got a blue ribbon, because it's for us to identify internally. But anyways, you must have received an ID card from us as well, which mentions the person picture, the name, and the passport number. And also it mentions the Makkah hotel and Medina hotel as well. You must have these on all the time for your own safety. And also, your passports are not going to be with you anymore. So sometimes the security in Makkah, the immigration officers in Makkah, inside Haram or in Medina, might want to check that you are legally in Saudi Arabia, that you have a visa. So once you will show them this ID card, obviously it will mention your name, and they can cross-reference and check that you have a proper Hajj visa to come do Hajj. Also, God forbid, and we've had this in the past, people have collapsed due to hydration, or we have some heart patients in the past, they've kind of had a mini stroke or whatever. Obviously, we are there to look after you, but just in case you fall while you collapse while you're praying in the Haram, we won't know, but at least your fellow guys who are praying with you in your namaz or your saf, they'll be able to help you, because you'll have this ID on you. So it is important, and I would request that you wear these IDs all the time. It is good recommendation that you wear your IDs from home as well, inshallah. So we can identify you at the airport as well when we come to greet you at Heathrow Airport as well. Another thing is we've sent out is these ihram belts. They are per person for men only, obviously. So these are the belts that you have received. I'm not going to go into detail, but these are phone pouches to keep your phone. There's a zip behind to keep your money in, and the strap at the back is adjustable according to your waist size as well. Another thing that we have, you should have in your bag, these are for men only. Sorry to the ladies, this is because it's a messenger bag for the men to keep their passport copies in there, and all the documentation in case you would need to keep your documentation in this as well. So that's another thing that you must have received. Another thing that you have received, and some people have asked me this question, what is this black thing? This is something that goes on the back of your phone cover, and the reason is when you will have your, for example, the 5-star package people would have digital keys to get into their rooms, so you can put the keys behind your cards behind this. Also, you can put your hotel cards behind this, so in case again anything happens to you, or you get lost, for argument's sake, you will have a phone, your hotel card in this, and you can show it to one of the helpers in Makkah or in Medina to say, look, I'm lost, can you please help me, I need to go to this hotel. Another thing that we've sent across with your package is these luggage tags. These luggage tags obviously mentions or asks you your room number in Makkah and your room number in Medina. What we would like you to do is put these luggage tags on your suitcases or your luggage that would go through the holdage. If you've received 1 or 2 luggage tags and you would like more, inshallah, these at the airport, a few of our staff will be there. So if you run out or they get damaged or you manage to leave them at home, we'll be able to provide you with these luggage tags. Obviously, you put your name and address on there, but on the back it says room number Makkah and room number Medina. So you're probably sitting there confused, we don't even know our room numbers as yet. But inshallah, this is something that we are going to now deliver soon on the Salah break, or even after the Salah break. These room numbers, or at the end of the seminar, we'll put all the sheets up for your room numbers. So we would like everyone to know their room numbers before they inshallah land into Saudi Arabia. Now, how does the room work and why do we tell you the rooms? Inshallah, we will have every single room open for you. So once you know your room number, we would like you to proceed to your room straight away. If the luggage is on the bus and you're waiting in the reception for the luggage to come downstairs from the bus or the coach, obviously because you will have a luggage tag on there and you would have your room number on there, so we would inshallah be able to help you bring your luggage outside your room floor. So say for argument's sake someone is in room 204, we see the luggage downstairs in reception, or it's just come off the bus and we have told you to go into your rooms, inshallah we will bring your luggage for you outside on your floor. But the thing that you need to mention is make sure you have your room numbers written on them, so we can identify that this luggage belongs to room 204 and then we can bring it onto the second floor. Another thing that we have sent with the package is this Zamzam bottle. The reason it's a sports Zamzam bottle, the reason for the design is to be like this, is it can fit into the Hajj Zamzam coolers that are placed around Haram, because a hard bottle is hard to fit, so then you can fold this and it's easier to fit in as well. It has a clasp on it as well, so you can put this onto your Hajj bag as well. Another thing that we have sent within the package is these umbrellas. These umbrellas come in handy when we are going to Jamarat. So please make sure you take these or carry these umbrellas with you. These are very compact umbrellas. They are very lightweight and easy to carry. We would like you to take these because when we are going to go to Jamarat, the weather is going to be really hot. So to avoid any heat exposure, please also take these umbrellas with you. Everyone has been sent an umbrella with them, with their packages. Another thing that we have introduced, or we send every year, is this beautiful tasbih. It's a very small tasbih, but the benefits are huge because when you are doing your tawaf and the place you are in, you tend to forget many things, and your emotions overcome you. So you tend to forget how many rounds you've done of tawaf. So obviously this little tasbih has 7 beads. And once you've completed one tawaf, you can knock this on the top or the bottom, whatever easy way, and then you will be able to know that you've done 7 tawaf, or you've completed the 7 rounds of tawaf, which is helpful. We have also sent a pen. The reason for sending this pen is not for marketing purposes, but it is for you to carry this pen with you, because once you are going to land into Jeddah airport, you will be given a landing card. And then at that point of time, everyone is trying to look at one another, say, can I borrow a pen? Can I borrow your pen? And the pens come in demand. So this is why we've sent you a pen as well, with the package as well. So every single one of you should have a pen as well. We've also sent a key ring. Obviously these are for you if you're going to lock your luggages, for the padlock, keys and everything as well. We have also sent a notepad. These notepads are, for you obviously to take notes during the seminar and everything. Another thing is that we have introduced this year is this beautiful device, which I have been trying to get for the past year or two. But this year, alhamdulillah, we have managed to get these devices. These are basically tour guides for you. Now, I'm sure some people have probably traveled and they know what the functionality of this device is. But I'd just like to briefly go into this device. All this device is going to do is you would make sure you take these devices with you from home. Don't forget them. We have sent you chargers with this, just like this. This is the charger for it. You charge these up and make sure you charge them up properly. We have also sent a neck strap with this. I don't see the one for this device particularly here, but you will have a neck strap which you can put around this. And also it has a clasp which you can, obviously for men or for ladies, you can put it around here like this so it will stay on there. Now this device obviously has a headphone, so you would connect, every single one of you has a headphone. You connect these to your headphone. Now the purpose of this is that you will turn it on from the back on the left hand side, and the first thing that's going to come up is the volume button, so you can adjust the volume according to your needs. and the channel that it will set to is number 5. Now what you need to do is press on lock, and then the channels will change. Now what you need to do is set your device to channel 1. So our channel 1 is going to be for those people who are going to who would like to listen to me in English, for argument's sake. And then our other staff members would be mentioning things in Urdu. So you would go on to channel 2 to listen to instructions during Hajj or the seminar for channel 2. So these devices will become very handy across the Hajj terminal as well, because the Hajj terminal is huge. I do have a loud voice, but then for you to hear me would be very difficult. So can I insist and request everyone to look after these devices? There is a financial cost to us on this, and they were really expensive for us to invest in. So can you please make sure you charge them up, you have your headphones on. If you don't like these headphones that we've sent across, they're irritating for you, you can put your own iPhone or whatever Android phone headphones you have, you can plug them onto this as well. This inshallah would become very handy in Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, because when we are delivering seminars there, or when we are doing zikr together, or when we are giving some instructions out, everybody would be able to hear this. The range of these are about 150 to 200 meters, so even if the ladies are going to be in a different tent, they would be able to hear us as well, inshallah. We do have other method of speakers available in Mina and Arafat, but I think this would be a very good introduction for you guys to stay connected with us as well. Just quickly, I have managed to find the strap which was hiding behind this ihram. So these you can connect to your tour guides as well. This ihram is for the ladies, scarf, I would say. I'm sure it's not going to be difficult for the ladies to put on, and I don't know how to put this on, but here is an ihram for the ladies if you would like to use our ihram that we've given you. Obviously, if you have your own ihram, then you're more than welcome to leave this at home, but it's entirely up to you, it's your choice, because we promised this to be sent out in the package, so we have sent out the ihram as well. This last and foremost, the last product that I would like to go through within the package is the men's ihram, and just quickly and briefly I would like to also show you how to wear the ihram for those people who don't know how to wear the ihram. So we'll just quickly discuss this, and then inshallah Aziz we'll go for Asr break, and then we'll come back and then we'll discuss the next agenda as well on this. So yes, so in the ihram bag or the ihram parcel that you receive, you would have received 2 sheets of towel based ihram from us. These are from ourselves, but if you would like, or if some people have allergy to towel or whatever, if you want, you can wear a cotton material ihram as well. But what we do recommend, the reason we've chosen this because it's not see-through for that purpose, and the other thing is that it soaks up the heat as well, or the sweat as well. So putting on the ihram, people have different methods of how to wear ihram. I have my own method, and it's very simple for you to wear the ihram. What all you gotta do is bring a bit of a stance between your legs. I would request that you also try putting your ihram on before you travel or come to Saudi Arabia, because this is a garment that you're going to be wearing during the Hajj journey, and this is the garment obviously you're going to be wearing when you're going to be traveling to Saudi Arabia as well for your Umrah first. Now, some people are going to ask me this question: where do I wear the ihram? This is entirely up to you. I can give you 3 options, and then every time inshallah we will be able to give you options of what to do and how to do. Then it's your personal preference where you would like to wear them. Now, one option is to wear ihram from home before you travel to the airport. The second option is to wear it after security, but then again you will have to carry your ihram. Remember, you will have to carry your ihram during through security in your hand luggage. And the third option is to wear it on the plane. Now, the pros and cons of this is obviously when you're going to wear it at home, you will have to wear the ihram on for longer physically, Then the second option is wearing at the airport. Depending on how quickly you arrive at the airport, you get stuck in the traffic, how busy, because a lot of people will be wearing the ihram at the after security in the praying area at Terminal 4. So it does get very busy there. Then the last option is wearing on the plane. Obviously on the plane it becomes congested because the plane having less space. However, you can wear this in the praying area at the back as well. So this is entirely up to you how you will wear it. Again, once you have put your ihram on, you don't have to make your niyat or intention of doing umrah. Now, if the day or the time you make the intention of making umrah or doing umrah, from that time, all the conditions that impose on you of wearing ihram will start. So, if you're wearing ihram from home, you can wear it as a garment, but then you don't make the intention, but you make the intention when you are before reaching miqat. Now, before reaching miqat, it happens half an hour before landing at Jeddah airport. And the pilot tends to make an announcement to say, if you are going for umrah, you should read the talbiyah, and you should wear your ihram, or you should read the talbiyah and make the niyyah of umrah as well. Now, I would just briefly like to go on to how to wear the ihram. Just make a small stance so it's not very tight like you're like a penguin. It's difficult for you to walk. Just make a stance. This is my method of wearing ihram. You tend to put one of these in, this was flat from the right hand side to the left hand side inside, and then you would fold your ihram at the front just like this, so you cover your private parts kind of thing. And then one thing is that you can put a belt around what we have sent you if you would like to. I do tend to put the belt on because I have to put my phones and some loose change of money as well. And then you would fold the ihram just like this, like I have, and this is your ihram completed, the bottom part. While we are talking about money, I would like to inform you that you would not need any money at the airport, unless some people are going to rush onto the SIM cards, which we will come. It's a bit of a sensitive topic, as I mentioned, that we'll talk about the SIM cards after Salah prayer as well. So I would recommend, my recommendation is get about £100 worth of money exchange from the UK before you travel, but you don't need money. But this is for your own satisfaction, in case anything happens to you, in case you need money. For that purpose, I personally think £100 is more than enough at the airport, in Jeddah airport, or the Hajj terminal as it would go. Then the next sheet that you would open up, all you need to do is obviously just fold it around you, and you would just cover your top part of the body. At the moment, obviously, while I'm demonstrating, I am wearing a shirt and some trousers at the bottom. But when you're wearing your ihram, you will have nothing on, for men especially. And then you will just fold this, and this is your ihram completed. This is how it is simple and easy to wear the ihram. For ladies, you can wear any dress, any sort of thing that you would like, as long as you're covering your head and your everything else. You can cover your feet as well. For men, which is another topic that goes into much detail, what kind of slippers to wear and what kind of slippers we should wear, what slippers should we buy. Inshallah Aziz, I will just briefly touch on that as well. So this is how you wear your ihram. Now, when we are doing umrah, there is slightly something different that we have to do when we are doing the tawaf. I'll quickly I've forgotten that, but I'll just mention that, how you would wear your ihram. So all you have to do is your right shoulder has to be exposed. So you would just fold this here, and then this is how you would expose. So your right shoulder will be exposed when you're doing your tawaf. But generally when we are traveling, when we are at the airport or wherever we are, we don't have to expose the right shoulder. We can just quietly wrap ourselves and just cover our bodies just like this. So this is how we would wear the ihram. Now in regards to slippers, this is the recommendation. This is my personal recommendation over 6-7 years of experience, that buy yourself a good, decent slipper. Don't try to save money on this, because you're going to throughout the whole journey of Hajj, you'll probably be walking about 100 miles. This is our last year's figures. We calculated from our Hujjaj, from their phones or their Fitbits that they wore. Some people were 80, some people were 100 miles, and the reason of difference is because obviously Some people are doing Umrah more, some people have done less Umrahs and more Tawafs and that sort. So I prefer buying a bit of an expensive or a slipper, but the method or the thing that the slipper you should have is your bone on the feet has to be exposed. So these scissor type slippers are the best slippers I would recommend you buy. I'm sure some people have followed those sects to say, oh, you're allowed to wear Crocs and everything. So I'm not going to go and argue or go into detail or or question why we're not allowed. But the basics are that we should have this kind of slippers. Now, if you have an injury or anything, or your sheikh has allowed you to wear those kind of slippers or footwear, then obviously, inshallah, Aziz, we wouldn't tell you, oh, why are you wearing this? But as I said, we would mention that what are the basics of Hajj anyway. You got to remember that we're a travel agent, so we are here to make those travel arrangements for you. Then again, the Hajj is it's your Hajj. We will get you to those places where you need to be. So for example, Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, Makkah, that's our responsibility. And inshallah, we will deliver more than you have expected, inshallah. So that we will deliver. But regarding your Hajj, it's your Hajj. So you got to decide what method you're going to follow and how you're going to do it. But inshallah, we'll be there on hand all the time to guide you on your Hajj journey as well. Inshallah, Aziz, now we will take a half an hour break. So I don't know what time are we at because I don't have my phone on me.
7:20.
So it's 7:20 right now. So we will take half an hour break. So inshallah, Aziz, we will resume back at 8 p.m. It's more than half an hour, I understand, but we will be sending you some videos regarding your travel plans. So it's a travel plan, a minute video, which you will receive in your WhatsApp groups, and the whole purpose of that is to get you prepared on how you're going to leave from Heathrow Airport and how we're getting to Heathrow Airport, where we're going to meet at Heathrow Airport or Manchester Airport, where we're meeting up, what time is your flight, what is your package, how many days in Mecca, how many days in Medina you are, and what is your return flight. So this is what those videos consist of. And then inshallah, Aziz, I will try to, the next pictures or whatever I'm going to send on your groups are your room numbers. So those room numbers that are allocated to you as well, they already have been allocated. It's just the images I need to mention to you. So one thing I would like to quickly wind up on is on this part of the Hajj seminar, is the first part of the seminar is remember your serial numbers. So my serial number is 96. This year my serial number is 96. Last year I was 144. So please just remember your serial numbers. If you don't know your serial numbers, don't ask this question on WhatsApp right now. Because the pictures of the room numbers we will put up now, you will see your name, and next to that it will have your serial number anyway. So you'll be able to identify yourself. Just before that, I would like you to just say, just please be patient. This is something that is a must. I was really surprised this year that, and I have to congratulate you from my side that you have been patient. But because normally on the WhatsApp, there's every year, I was just discussing this with the back office as well, that the WhatsApp groups have been quiet this year. But then today it kind of exploded, which is fine. I kind of enjoy that as well, some kind of explosions as well. So we are here to answer your question. Just be a little bit patient. You got to understand, I myself is speaking to 55 people. And when I'm speaking to 155 people, if it was on one group, then it would be easy. But this year, because of the dynamics of the Hajj package, we have 7 to 8 Hajj packages, so I am constantly speaking and to different people, which is fine. I'm not shying away from it. I try to answer. If there's a slight delay, please remind me that I haven't answered your question, or if there's a slight delay, maybe because I'm answering someone else's question on WhatsApp. But I will promise you I will get back to you. This is my job. This is my duty. So if I don't deliver, against me as well. So inshallah, Aziz, we'll have a half an hour break. After the break, in between the breaks, back office will be sending videos to your WhatsApp groups. So please watch those videos. It's a small minute and a half video. And inshallah, Aziz, we'll come back and then discuss the rest of the travel plans and briefly touch on Umrah, briefly touch on the Hajj journey. Don't panic or just briefly touch the Hajj journey and this is the main journey. If I tell you about Hajj now, Hajj is 15 days away. You will forget everything. So this is the main points of discussing is your travel journey from London Heathrow to Jeddah, from Jeddah to your hotel, from hotel to Umrah only. This is something that we will talk in detail, and the Hajj journey I will briefly touch on it because once we've completed our Umrah, we will have a day or 2 or 3 days in Makkah, and inshallah Aziz, we will be having live seminars there, and it will be good to see you guys in front of me as well, because at the moment obviously it's all virtual and I don't know what your reaction is and what you think of my delivery of speech at this point of time. But inshallah Aziz, then again in Makkah, remember to charge your devices, bring those devices along with you at the seminar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to the second session of our Hajj Seminar 2018. Hopefully you are keeping well, and assalamu alaikum to people who have joined us. I would just like to have a quick recap of the things that we have done or we have covered so far. So that I've spoken so much that people may probably must have forgotten or to say what I've said. Anyways, we've had a brief introduction of all the packages that our people are gonna go through. We have informed you. I'm sure you have seen those videos that have come through to your WhatsApp now, and also we have sent some more documentation onto your groups. Inshallah Aziz, I will come on to them as well. The next thing that we then discussed after the introduction was the package, what you should have received in the package, which we have briefly mentioned as well. Some people haven't, they are messaging me privately on my WhatsApp to say I haven't received anything. Unfortunately, I haven't saved every single person's number personally. So if you haven't received anything, do send me a message, but please mention this is my name, so then I can ask the back office to have a quick look and get those things managed for you, or inform you or update you where those things are. So what's included in the package, I have already gone through them. The next thing that I wanted to mention to you was what time is your flight, how we will meet, or where will we meet at the airport, regarding and what time is your flight, from which terminal. I have already sent those videos across onto your WhatsApp group individually. So if you're on a 13 days or a 14 days or a 17 days or a 19 days Hajj package or a 5-star Hajj package, your small video of introduction of when your flight is, what time you're flying out, from what terminal, has already been sent onto your groups. So please do review those videos so you're aware of your timing. Even if you don't get to see those videos, we have written documentation sent to you. You can see them through that. If you still don't know, then you can go through the WhatsApp, the application which we have set up a thing for you as well. Also, the luggage allowance, which is the most frequently asked question, has also been answered as well. So inshallah, I know some of you will ask those questions again. But then keep on asking those questions again, and we'll be more than happy to answer them, because it's something that we go through year in, year out as well. And then, so we've discussed the package, what's included. We've also had an introduction onto that as well. We've also mentioned what's included in your package. If again I mentioned you haven't received whatever's in the package, then please obviously message us and contact us. The next thing that which I had to discuss was meet up at the airport. So once you get at the airport, inshallah Aziz, you'll see me or see one of our staff at the airport, where Mr. Naeem will be at the Heathrow airport. At Manchester, Sharifa will be at the airport, and inshallah Aziz, I will try to see you guys off at the airport as well. I am traveling on one of those groups as well, and from what I know, I'm traveling on the 17 days Hajj package with you guys. So I myself will be traveling on the 17 days. On the 19 days, Brother Kamran will be traveling with you, and if I'm correct and not mistaken, on the 14 days, Sister Amara is traveling with you guys. I've also mentioned where to assemble at the airport, which is Zone C. So this is just a reminder. This is just Heathrow Airport I'm mentioning, because most of our flight is, or passengers are flying out from Heathrow Airport. So just as a reminder, Terminal 4, Zone C is inshallah where we will meet. And then the timings, I'm not going to mention, because they are according to your group travel, or whenever you're traveling on the 14 days or the 17 days. We ask you to arrive at the airport 3 hours before. So in those videos I've mentioned the meeting time as well. Now, how to check in, this is something that we can discuss together to the whole of you people who are traveling. As soon as you arrive, if you would like to, you can check in straight away. This is the best possible thing to do. But do come see us. We would like to see you, welcome you. We will have a small stand or stall set up near Zone C. And we will inshallah providing you with small snacks as well before you fly out as well. So do come see us, do come meet us, and then check in as you can. Once you have checked in and you've got your boarding passes, you are more than welcome to go through security and pass security, and if you are again wearing your ihram pass security, you can do that. Or if you are going to wear your ihram on the plane, you can do that. If you like to do some shopping at the end, from the terminals, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Then the next thing is how to stay together post-landing. This is the most important part that I would like to discuss with every single one of you. So assume you're traveling with your mother or your father or your husband or your wife, whatever. You would obviously not leave them behind you. So this is how I would request we, as a group, whoever is traveling on the particular day, is travel as a group. So rather than traveling individually, we are traveling as a group. So from my information, there's about 40 people in each group according to those 13 days, 14 days packages. So you 40 people or 44 people or 10, 12 people should try to stay together, look after one another. This will benefit you. Because if you're going to come out before your group members who are within the same package as you, you've got to remember, if you're going to leave them behind because they might have less travel experiences, what tends to happen is they'll get left behind. So if you're going to come out before them of the terminal, you're not going to get to Haram before. We have to make sure those other people who are behind you, because we will leave as a group from the Hajj terminal to Makkah. We will not leave anyone behind. So this is why I request that you have to be together at the airport. You have to come out of the airport together at the Hajj terminal, and try and stick together with all of you. Because we will go in one bus. We will get the immigration done together as well. There are many horror stories you must have heard from people who have left in the past. There must be, and you've heard them, and those horror stories are correct. That the queuing times at Hajj terminal is huge. You got to understand that millions of people are landing at the Hajj terminal like we will be landing. And the days we are going in, it's very closer to Hajj. So everyone who is people like us, working class, or who are traveling from Europe, they prefer traveling on the last few days of Hajj, before last few days of Hajj. So what tends to happen? Let me just quickly run through the immigration process. Just gonna step back a bit. So what we're gonna do is meet and greet at the Heathrow airport. Check you guys in. You will check in, and then you will fly out to Jeddah. Once you land at Jeddah, this is what's gonna happen at the next step. So we will land at the Jeddah terminal first. From the Jeddah terminal, the plane will taxi itself to the Hajj terminal. Once you have reached the Hajj terminal, you will come off the plane, you will come in the buses, and you will come out into a waiting area. Now, obviously we will land, some people are landing at 4 a.m. Within our group, some people are landing at 8 p.m. within our group, from our group. So depending on what time you will land at the Hajj terminal or at the Jeddah airport, there must have been hundreds of flights landed before you. So they are very organized, the immigration system is very organized in that sense, but they are slow in processing the immigration process. So say a flight before you has landed from Africa or from China or from Russia, whatever, because they landed before us, their immigration is going to get done before us. So first they process immigration situations via flight. So if your flight has landed at 8 p.m, it's their turn first. If our flight has landed at 9 p.m, our turn is next. Now the waiting time on those lounges can be up to 3 hours to 4 hours only. So we will be, as soon as we come off the bus and we are in the waiting lounge, we will have a 3-hour minimum wait. From the past 6-7 years of experience, I'm telling you this. So you must stay together, you're allowed to use the washing facilities, you go to the washroom, you're allowed to pray there. There is not many better praying areas there or dedicated praying area facilities, but you can pray on the terminal, it's nice and clean. And now, then also the immigration standard at the Hajj terminal is not like what we experience at Heathrow Airport or any other country. You've got to understand this Hajj terminal opens once a year, so they draft in, trainee or the younger generation at the immigration, so they sometimes don't know how to use the system properly, they're not trained properly, they like to be slow working, but alhamdulillah, inshallah, these 3 hours wait will be minimum at the as soon as you come off the bus. After that, you will be taken to the immigration. In the immigration line, you will probably have to wait for an hour or 2 hours, because it's not, there might be another 2 flights before you, so you will have to wait outside or in the immigration queue for 2 hours. So in all, that's a 5 hours wait at the Hajj terminal. Once we have completed our immigration, we will be going towards obviously the carousel belts to collect our luggage. Now, obviously, because we've been waiting 5 hours in the back process, our luggage will have had already been taken off the carousels and put in a block of area or a pile at the Hajj terminal. Then we will obviously come and identify our luggages, whatever belongs to you. And then after that, I would request all of you guys to, once you've collected your luggage, try your best to leave the Hajj terminal at that particular point together. Because the next steps that happens, I will come on to that as well. Yes, there will be people saying to you, oh please go out, they will be pushing you. But try to avoid coming into their eyes and stay behind and pretend you're looking for your luggage or pretend you're waiting for your family members. Inshallah, I expect everyone to cooperate here and stay together. And once you are together, then inshallah we will be leaving from the Jeddah airport. Then you will go through a security check where they will ask you to put your luggage all together as soon as you exit the terminal. And from there, in big trolleys, your luggage will be taken outside. Now remember, when I say outside, try to spend and come out of the Hajj terminal together, because when you come outside, there is no aircon. It's nice and hot out there. So you will be feeling the heat, you will get agitated, you're wearing ihram, you lose patience there. So this is why I'm requesting and insisting that please try to come out of the terminal together. Try to follow who is leading you. Try to listen to our instructions. I would request, yes, it's hard to follow people's instructions because you've traveled, you're a frequent traveler. You will say, you know what, you've traveled into many countries, you know how immigration works, but trust me, when I say the Hajj terminal is nothing like you've ever experienced, the system is very different there. It's a hectic situation, it's a panicky situation. Everyone is just stressed out because you've had a 5-hour journey, you're jet lagged, everything sorts to happen, the heat gets to you, you lose patience, you're wearing your ihram, the shaitan is constantly attacking you to fight and argue with us or with other people, you lose your patience. So please, keep calm, relax and enjoy that moment at the Hajj terminal as well. I know there's nothing much to enjoy at the terminal, but just this time you have to go through this process. You have to program and put this in your mind that this test is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you've got to remember that this is going to be a longer wait as well. If you organize yourself and you follow our instructions, I can guarantee you, inshallah, within 4 or 5 hours we can be out of the terminal and on our way to Mecca. But if you're going to do as you please, then I'm sorry to say it's just going to stretch people's arm and leg, and then it will get delayed. Sometimes you do lose your luggage, you don't find your luggage. There is a complaint center at the terminal, Hajj terminal. We will help you or guide you, or you can go and complain that you haven't received your luggage. This delays obviously the rest of the group, but it's something that you cannot leave behind. But try to put pressure on the complaint centers to find your luggage. If they find it, good. If they do not find your luggage, then they will make you give you a lost luggage receipt, which you can take with you. And inshallah, once they find it for you, they will either deliver it to the hotel that we're staying in. We've had this in the past, so this is why I'm explaining this. And if they don't deliver, then they'll probably ask us to come collect that, which you can arrange. We'll help you arrange something to go back to the airport and collect your luggage for you, inshallah. What to take while we're talking about the luggage process now, try to take just less clothes as possible. You can buy foams from there, they are cheap. Your laundry is included in the package. Every 2 days you will get your laundry washed and ironed for you, which is included in the package. So you don't have to worry how much luggage you would take. The less clothes you take, the easier it is for you to travel as well. Then inshallah, once we are out of the terminal into the heat, we will take your passports off you, and then we will have to go away and do some paperwork. We have to inform the ministry and the authorities that these people that were supposed to come on this package have arrived. Then they arrange all the buses for you. So this could take another an hour or 2 hours to arrange the buses, because you've got to understand there's many people in front of us, the queue in front of us, people who have landed before us. They are going through that process where they are going through waiting for the buses. However, once you are boarded onto your buses, or you know of your buses, we will be there at the terminal, our members of staff, which will come to welcome you, inshallah, at the Hajj terminal. They will be there waiting for you, obviously. So once you have come out, they will be assisting you to come into the buses. So once we go towards the buses, before you will board the buses, we will give your passports back to you again. And then before you go onto the bus or board the bus driver will take your passport off you again. And then he will do a count, and then since after that, you will never see your passport till Medina airport. So once the bus driver has been given the passports to him, then it's his duty to go and drop the passport off to the our Muallim office and so on forth. Inshallah, once we are boarding the buses, they will put your luggage into the bus compartment boot or on the top of the roof, depending on which bus is allocated to us by the ministry at the airport, and then we will make our way towards, inshallah, towards Mecca. The journey from the airport to Mecca normally takes 1 hour. It's for those people who have been to Umrah before, but because there are many restrictions on the bus driver driving at a limited speed, he has to go and stop at a few checkpoints to inform that the bus is going to a good route, it has reached to certain places. They have these processes in place. So the journey becomes 2.5 hours or 3 hours till you get to Mecca. So you've got to keep 8 to 10 hours in mind from the time we land till we get into our hotels in Mecca. Now, once we land into our Mecca hotels, I did mention, if you are listening or following us from the beginning of the seminar, we have given you luggage tags and there's room numbers mentioned on there. Now, I did say where are those room numbers going to be. We have already shared those PDF files onto the WhatsApp group. You can see those room numbers against your name. So please find your name onto the lists. We have sent a list of people who are in the double room, triple room, quad room on those lists. Don't panic if it's too much and you can't find. You're thinking, what's E19, what's E17? those codes are for us to, for our back office to manage. So E17 means economy 17 days package, and then you will see your name and your serial number. So remember, I'm mentioning this again, that those serial numbers that we've given you, for example, on this red sticker, it says 96, and this is where your serial numbers are, so you can locate your room numbers easily from the serial numbers. So say for argument's sake, serial number 96 has a room number 204, that means your Makkah hotel has room 204 for you. So you can put them onto your luggage tags. If you don't want to, at least you should remember that your room number is 204. The list that we are sharing right now is for Makkah only. We do have your hotel, Medina hotel rooms allocated as well. However, we will not share this right now. We will share this when we get into Makkah, because we have a few days and we don't want to get you confused. So we want to give everything step by step, because we will be with you step by step as well, inshallah. In regards to 5-star package, we don't have room allocations as yet, because the 5-star hotels haven't given us the room allocation as yet. But inshallah, we will have them a day before you fly out, or a day before you land. If not, on the day when you will land there, inshallah, we will have your room allocated to you anyway. So there is nothing to worry about, oh, how come the economy guys have their rooms allocated and the 5 stars? No, obviously each hotel works on their own way. They haven't been allocated, we haven't been allocated rooms as yet for the 5-star. The hotels are booked for economy and for 5-star. The flights are booked. So while I'm talking about the booking confirmation, everything that we have written for you and we have mentioned is booked according to the Georgian calendar. Now, if the Hijri date changes because they haven't decided when the moon is going to sight or when Hajj is, so maybe there might be a day less or more for you in Makkah or Medina. That's one of the issues that we can face. The other issue we will face is, and we face this every year, but we have done the calculations according to that. However, the ministry has their own rules, that they want people after Makkah not to leave straight away to Medina. The following day, we are planning to leave Medina. Some groups are allowed because they don't want a rush of people be on the roads to Medina, and it causes more accident. Therefore, everyone has been given a schedule on the day or the day of Hajj or before Hajj, that this group is going to leave on this day. We have already put that request in to say this is our plan, but then the final say is done by the Ministry of Hajj. So if the Ministry of Hajj decides, obviously, that we are not allowed to leave on the 26th or the 27th, right, then we have already informed you that. But apart from that, if something else goes pear-shaped and we have to leave, all the group has to leave on the 26th, we will inform you. But so far, some people are leaving Makkah on the 26th of August, some people are leaving Makkah on the 27th of August to Medina Sharif, inshallah. We have already addressed this to you in the videos that I sent you in the itinerary. You already have written itineraries in front of you. You can also look at the WhatsApp, the Wamos app, the mobile app that we have given you, and in that you have a detailed itinerary on there and when you are leaving and so on and forth. Now, inshallah, moving forward, that we have now landed in Makkah, we have checked in, and now we will talk about the Umrah part, inshallah al-Aziz. So, we have landed checked in into our hotel. Now, obviously, when you are going to pass Miqat, you are wearing your ihram for Umrah. Now, some people, there are going to be two options here which we will discuss now, and then inshallah once we will land at the check-in or on the bus, we will discuss this as well. But for now, I would just like to go through the Umrah process with you guys now. Now, how will we be doing Umrah in the sense? If you have previously done Umrahs many times, or maybe this is your second Hajj you're doing, so I'm assuming you know how to do Umrah. So some people would like to go and do Umrah on their own. If you would like to do Umrah on your own, you will let us know that, sir, I or Brother Wes, we would go to do Umrah ourselves. We are more than happy for you to go do Umrah on your own accord. If this is your first time going to do Umrah and Hajj, and you would like to do Umrah with us as a group, Then obviously we plan that the time we check in at the hotel or the time we reach in Makkah, after an hour and a half of rest and settling into the hotel, we as a group will meet at reception. Whoever would like to come to do Umrah as a group can follow us. Then we will take you together for Umrah, inshallah. Now here, I would like to remind you that it is our wish and it is your wish to do Umrah together as a group. But unfortunately, it is very difficult to do Umrah as a group together because of the congestion of people. People get pushed around when you're doing tawaf, people get pushed around in sa'i. You tend to lose one another. So this is why it's important that you do your own background reading of how to do Umrah. But just briefly, I would like to touch on how to do Umrah. Obviously, you would have put on your ihram and done the niyat of that you're going to do Umrah. The whole Umrah guide is in the books that we have given, and I'm sure you are doing your own personal reading as well. Once we land into Makkah, we will go towards the Haram or towards the Kaaba. Once we reach outside the Kaaba, in front of the Kaaba, those people who are traveling for the first time to do Umrah or the Hajj, I would request you that you do not look at the Kaaba till you are in front of the Kaaba. And then once you lift your gaze and look at the Kaaba for the very first time, it is a feeling that there is no words or comments that you will have for it. So please save this time that when you lay your first sight at the Kaaba, you should do this dua that, Ya Allah, make me du'a mustajab. Meaning that every dua I do here becomes accepted. Rather than you having to pray for yourself, for your health, for your mothers, your parents. This is the best dua to do that. Ya Allah, whatever dua I make here, please accept it. This is the dua you're supposed to make when you lay your first eyesight at the Kaaba. Because I'm sure everyone has these problems, and they have problems, or you want to make dua for yourself, for your health, for your family, people who are ill in your family. You want to make dua for the ummah. So this is the best dua to make. So every dua you make becomes accepted, inshallah, in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you will pray two nafil for Tahiyatul Masjid, and then you would go on to do your tawaf. You will complete your 7 rounds of doing tawaf, and after you have completed your 7 rounds, you have to pray 2 nafil behind Maqam Ibrahim, and then after that you have to drink some Zamzam. Drink as much as Zamzam as you can, and after that you have to go do Safa Marwa. Then you do 7 rounds of Safa Marwa. So you start from Safa, you go to Marwa is 1 round, from Marwa to Safa is 2 rounds. Like this you complete your 7 rounds. After you have completed your 7 rounds, you would leave, you would pray, make dua that Allah accept your Umrah. After that has been completed, then you will go to have trim your hair. This is for the men's only. Once the man has trimmed his hair, or has his hair trimmed, then he can snap or cut the lady's hair. The lady's hair is like you have to, over your finger, have to roll the bottom, the end part of the lady's hair, and just use a scissor and trim their hair for them. Once these 2 things has been completed, the men can come out of their ihram, the ladies can come out of their ihram, and you can wear your normal clothing, just like I'm wearing, or whatever you want to take with you, you can wear your normal clothing with you. And inshallah Aziz, after this, your Umrah is completed. Then inshallah Aziz, the following days, you have a detailed itinerary, you know what you're doing. We have a rest day. When we have a seminar, we will inform you. We will inform you about the seminars via the WhatsApp and the application that we have given you. We can send you notifications that today is a seminar. If you're not very tech savvy, no problem. We will still have written notices on the notice board at the reception. Also, we will have notices written in the lift. And then when we see you time to time at breakfast, lunch and dinner, we will inform you that today is a seminar, just to remind you. So these are the things in regards to a quick guide of how to do Umrah. I've gone through that as well, and this is how things will pan out when we're going to be at Makkah. Okay, one more thing I would like to mention here, that some of you are sharing rooms. So if you are sharing a room in a quad room or a triple room, then that means you will have 3 men with you, and on the ladies' side you will have 4 ladies with you, and you will be sharing with 3 other ladies. This is for those people who are in a triple room sharing and a quad room sharing. If you've booked a double room for yourself and your wife, that means you will get a double room. This is what we've promised, this is what we will deliver. If you've booked a room for your mom and yourself, it's a double room, you will get a double room, inshallah. But one request I would like to make here is that if you're in a sharing room, please try to respect the other person who is sleeping with you, who is in your room, in many ways. And I'll tell you, these are the common problems that we face every year, and we have to resolve these. For example, most common complaint we get when sharing rooms is, oh, this person makes too much noise when he comes back in the room. You've got to understand, everyone is there with their own plan. They would like to pray according to their own physical attributes or whatever they're going to do. They're going to do their own umrahs afterwards, they're going to do their own tawaf, they have their own timing of going to pray in haram. For example, some people, and I would recommend this, and people ask me this question, when is the best time to do tawaf? For me, the best time to do tawaf is after Isha. So 11 o'clock you can go to do tawaf. This is the quietest period of time. Now, so if you're going to 11 o'clock, you're probably coming back at 3 o'clock in the morning or after Fajr. Whereas your fellow roommate is probably sleeping. So if you're coming back into the room, please try to be quiet. Please let him rest as well. The most frequent complaint we get is also, and people make these mistakes, if you're in a sharing room, you'll be provided with one room key. So the best thing to do is that leave the room keys in reception. So when the second person comes back, he takes the keys from the reception room and goes to the room. Say for argument's sake, you've come from an umrah and you're very tired, you come back to the room and you find the room locked. And then what you're trying to do is get into your room. And when you go to the reception, you don't see the keys there. Then you're waiting for this person who's going to come after 4 or 5 hours. So you're going to be waiting in the reception just for this person to come back so you can enter the room. Therefore, I request again on this, that please make sure that if you're sharing a room, or even if you're staying with your mother or your wife or whatever, leave your room keys at the reception. They are safe there, and inshallah you won't have an issue. Inshallah, Aziz, this is for the economy package. Your rooms will be cleaned every other day or every day. This is entirely up to you when you get your room cleaned. We will be sharing the room cleaners numbers with you onto the app, and inshallah Aziz on WhatsApp soon as well. We will be sharing the Wi-Fi code for the Makkah hotel as well soon. So once you get into Makkah and you want to inform your family members you've landed, you can straight away use the WhatsApp and get that done. I will still come onto the SIM card, but just have these few things that I need to answer or tell you these guys. And inshallah we'll talk about the SIM cards as well in a minute. The next thing that we need to discuss is that once the rooms have been completed, so the food, breakfast, lunch and dinner is going to be provided in the hotel at SR. It's a buffet system. The timings will be mentioned, inshallah Aziz. Again, we will add this on the app, the WhatsApp, the timings and what floor. So it's not something that you have to remember, but I'm just going through this because it's coming into my mind and we're ticking off the list as well. The laundry, inshallah Aziz, will be given to you every next day, cleaned and ironed. Please make sure you don't leave your small items for cleaning because they'll get lost easily. We are not responsible for anything getting lost. So please also try not to take branded clothes because you got to understand these laundrettes have a lot of headache on them, that they have to do a lot of cleaning, and that sometimes one of the items do get misplaced. So you're not going to worry, oh, I lost a very expensive shirt or a tie or whatever you're going to take with you or your clothes. So please take nominal clothes because you're going on Hajj. You just want to have a nice pair of clean clothes and then that's it. So this is the items that you need to pack as well. So inshallah Aziz, we will be having regular seminars as we need to. We'll see how people are feeling when we meet you, that if the people have a lot of questions, we'll have a seminar there as well. And those seminars are mostly conducted after dinner, about 10 o'clock till 11 o'clock. So 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. we will have an hour seminar in Makkah, inshallah Aziz. Again, for the 5-star guys, we will be having seminars with you guys as well in your own hotel. If you would like to join the economy guys and see the rest of the group, you will be more than welcome to join us into our hotel in Burj Al Sultan and witness the seminars and attend the seminars from there as well. I do know that the 5-star package is a half board package. But then this is something that we like to invite you. If you would like to have lunch with us in the economy hotel, which is the Burjistan, you as a 5-star guest is more than welcome, and I can upgrade this package for you on 5-star as well. But this would be that you would have to come to your hotel, in our hotel, which is the economy hotel, Burj Sultan. Now, I know most of you are traveling maybe on your own right now with a small family, and then some family members are traveling with other travel agencies, or some people come from overseas, i.e. Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. Your family members are coming. If you would like to bring them to our hotel for lunch, dinner or breakfast, we don't mind. We welcome them with open hearts, because obviously they are guests of Allah. But just inform us that today at lunch I might have 2 guests, so our staff doesn't stop them from having the food in Makkah as well. The next thing is obviously coming on to Hajj. But before I talk about Hajj, I would like to ask you to start sending those questions in, because obviously, so by the end I have finished talking about Hajj. I would like to have a list of obviously questions to answer. So then inshallah these I will try to finish on time as well. So because I'm sure people have organised many things on their behalf as well. So these are the things that we would like to discuss. I will just now briefly talk about Hajj, and the reason is because you will forget the Hajj journey, because there's so much to take in. There's a lot of things that you got to understand, and you're excited about the Hajj journey as well, inshallah, I hope. The Hajj journey is that, and I will inshallah also, there has been some questions regarding Hajj, what's included in the Hajj journey, the actual Hajj journey on the 5 days. So inshallah, Aziz, I will talk about that as well. Again, just a quick reminder here, that you gotta remember your serial numbers. This is the only thing I request you to remember or memorize, is your serial numbers. There's only a 2-digit or a 3-digit serial number for yourself. So the people who booked in first, they'll probably have a number 1, number 2. For yourself, you may be sitting there, you've got a 64, 65, 66. It depends on your numbers. How Hajj will happen is, or how Hajj will work out, depending on when they announce Hajj is going to be. So for argument's sake, tomorrow is when we start leaving for Hajj. Just to give this as a scenario so you remember. So whenever the Hajj day is, we will inform you to say tomorrow we are leaving for Mina. When we say tomorrow we are leaving for Mina, we are provided buses by the Ministry of Hajj. Now, how the ministry allocates the bus is, they want to do a shuttle system from one place to another. And this is the reason is because if they provide a bus for 155 people, 10 buses, you got to understand how many people there would be, or how many buses there would be on the road, and it causes congestion. So what the ministry wants is people to be either going towards Mina or another bus coming back to collect people from Makkah to take them to Mina. Therefore, we will be provided with one bus, and that bus will do 3 rounds, hopefully, to get you guys to Mina. The buses tend to come for 12 a.m. at night. We request you to stay in your rooms. We will inform you once the buses arrive. We will allocate these buses to you. So for argument's sake, from number 1 serial number to 45 is bus number 1. These bus numbers will be shared with you in Makkah as well. So you are aware which bus are you in. Then once the buses arrive, inshallah, it is at 12 a.m. It will take us to Mina. From Makkah to Mina is 1 hour drive, roughly, depending on the traffic and how much congestion there is. But normally it takes 1 hour to get us to the Mina tents. Once we are in Mina, by Islamic law, we have to be in Mina the following day before Zuhr. So inshallah, we get you there 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours before the actual time you have to be in Mina. Now let's talk about Mina. Once you are in Mina, every single one of you will be allocated with a sofa cum bed. So it's going to be a very small sofa which you can sit on, and when it's time to sleep, you will pull it out and sleep on that sofa as well. Also, a pillow will be provided, and a blanket is also provided in Mina for yourself. Okay, please try to make sure that you take one bed for yourself, because these are counted beds. So if there's 155 of us, there is only 155 beds provided. It's not like there'll be one bed less or one bed extra. If there is a bed extra, that means someone is also going to come and take that place for you. Most common problems we have or we face as a group in Mina is the Mina tents for ladies. And that is that the ladies tend to not look after one another. For i.e., for example, one of the ladies are sleeping or 10 of the ladies are sleeping, they will go turn the lights on. It disturbs them. The ladies complain that they make a lot of noise, so please try to respect the ladies, because obviously everyone is there for their own Hajj. So respect one another, help one another. This is also a part of your Hajj, that when you're going to help someone, maybe that is that deed, that good deed you did of helping someone, Allah accepts your Hajj. So not just your people around you who are in your group, help people outside your group as well. Maybe in Haram someone collapses, there are some doctors with us, so try to help them. This is your good deed, that maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees this good deed of yours and He forgives you. Or He sees this good deed of yours and He accepts your Hajj. So you don't know how your Hajj is going to accept it. So you got to try to be at your good character, at your best character as possible as you can. Try to be patient. So you see, this is the third time I've mentioned within the past 2 hours, try to be patient. This is what Hajj is. And this is what Hajj has taught me as well, to be patient. So please try to be patient. Inshallah, moving forward, so once we are in Mina, I've mentioned the facilities to you that we are providing you. Also here, breakfast, lunch and dinner is provided in Mina. But the breakfast, lunch and dinner in Mina is not going to be as lavish as the one in Mecca. So you will have basic packed lunches in Mina, breakfast, lunch and dinner. They are small portions of meals. Please indulge yourself in them. I prefer to eat less as possible in Mina days, and the reason being is the toilet facilities in Mina is not as great and it's not as clean. It's like public toilets, there are long queues, so the less you eat, the less needy you will be to go to the toilet. So try to avoid these. The next tip, obviously, I will give you more tips when we are in Mecca talking on these seminars in detail regarding the Hajj, is try to make wudu way before Salah time, not just when 10 minutes before there is Salah time, or it is anyway. The next thing is, I will just quickly run through the Hajj journey now, then we'll talk in inshallah in detail. So from Mina, inshallah, the following, we will stay the night in Mina. We'll wake up, pray Maghrib, we will pray Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha in Mina. Once we have completed those 5 prayers, we will sleep the night in Mina. The following day we will wake up in Mina, and then we will leave to Arafat. Again, when we will leave to Arafat, there is a ticket system, or like the Muallims design a system that whichever travel agency is going to go first. So they have a list of numbers, and then we follow those numbers, and we go through those lists with them. So inshallah, once we board the bus to go to from Mina to Arafat, we will land in Arafat, or we'll reach Arafat. From Mina to Arafat is about 20 minutes to half an hour drive, inshallah. Once we land in Arafat, again here there is no mattresses or sofa cum beds provided in Arafat, because we're only there for half a day also. So from previous experiences, we get into Mina by 10-11 a.m. and we are going to stay in Arafat till about 7 p.m. which is Maghrib time. So you can understand we're there for 8 hours. So we will have what would you call it? These carpets, pieces on the Mina in Arafat. In Arafat we will provide you with lunch, inshallah. In Arafat we will pray Zuhr and we will pray Asr only. There is no Maghrib namaz to be prayed in Arafat. Once it's after Asr, we would request you to all seclude yourself, pray, and then inshallah we'll make dua as a group as well before the sun sets. And inshallah after that you will experience Hajj. You will literally experience Hajj spiritually. It's that moment that we will inshallah talk about in detail in Makkah, is when you become a Hujjaj. It's that time when the sun is setting. It's an amazing feeling. Again, just like when you've laid the first eyesight at Kaaba, and you can't explain that, that time before sunset is something that I cannot explain as well, and I'm sure you won't be able to explain as well, but it's just something that you have to experience anyway. So once the sun has set and it gets dark, We will not pray Maghrib in Arafat. Again, the buses will come as systematically, and we will go to Muzdalifah. Once we get to Muzdalifah, we will devise a place or find a place, and we will try to stay together as a group in one place or in one location. And then once we are in Muzdalifah in that location, then inshallah Aziz, we will do one adhan and one aqama, and we will pray our Maghrib namaz, and then we will do the Maghrib farz, then we will do the Isha farz, and then we will pray the Maghrib sunnah, and then we will pray the Isha sunnah as well. After that, it's your duty to collect the pebbles, which you will need and take on to do your Rami the following day. But just now, I will just briefly go into it. So you'll collect the pebbles and sleep the night, and then we'll wake up the following morning in Muzdalifah. That morning is the best morning, and the views around you, you're around surrounded by mountains, is the best, amazing feeling again. But this is where you just sleep under the sky. I'm sure no one has experienced sleeping under the sky, but this is that one Hajj time where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings everyone onto one floor and tells us the reality that we are no one, but we are all one equal family, and we are one equal nation. So we will sleep on the floor. Now, people were asking, would we need sleeping bags? Inshallah Aziz, in Arafat, we will provide you sleeping bags for you to take you to Muzdalifah. We don't promise this in the package because sometimes we are able to get these sleeping bags delivered in Arafat because of due restrictions of the ministry and the police force in Arafat. But 80 to 90% chances likely are that we are going to be able to provide you with a sleeping mattress for Muzdalifah. These sleeping mattresses are yours to keep. If you want to carry them home, you can do. If you want to leave them, dump them in Muzdalifah, you can do. Then inshallah Aziz, when we wake up the following morning in Muzdalifah, we will have to get the buses to Mina. At that day, it's very chaotic. Everyone wish is, I don't know what becomes that rush of blood comes into people. They just want to rush it and get the Mina, the Rami done, and they want to just get to Makkah. They want to do the Tawaf Ziyarah, they want to do the Sa'i, and they want to just shave their heads, come out of the Ihram. But you got to remember that this is the Hajj day, and it's only going to happen to you once in a lifetime. May Allah take you again and again, but it only happens once in a lifetime. So you got to cherish these moments. You got to enjoy these moments. So anyways, it becomes chaotic on the day of Muzdalifah. Then what you got to do is, the buses do come, but the system kind of collapses. There's a lot of hustle bustle going on. Travel agents are trying to push their Hujjaj in first, before us, but we tend to stay calm. We will go when our turn. It's our turn. So once we go towards Mina, we will rest in Mina for 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour, make wudu, and then inshallah Aziz, as a whole group, we will leave towards Jamarat. Now I understand there are younger guys or girls or ladies and women and sisters in this group, and they are slow walkers as well. Inshallah Aziz, we will discuss this, and we will have 2 to 3 groups separately. So slow-paced walkers, fast-paced walkers, and completely slow-paced walkers. We will go together to Jamarat, but then we will devise you will each have an employee or a group leader assigned to you. So for slow walkers, we'll have a different group. For fast-paced walkers, we'll have a different group to go do Rami. Inshallah Aziz, once we've gone and done Rami, we will obviously then get to, we need to go to, La ilaha illallah. We have to get to Makkah, inshallah. Now, all these journeys that I've mentioned or spoken about in the past, like i.e. from the Heathrow airport, from Jeddah airport to Makkah, from Makkah to Mina, Mina to Arafat, Arafat to Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah to Mina. All these journeys, there is obviously bus provided and everything has been given to you, will be provided by us. However, from Mina to Jamarat, there is no buses allowed, so we have to walk this journey. From Mina to Jamarat is 1 hour walk. And then once you get into Jamarat, from Jamarat, you have to walk to Makkah. You will see the word walking. I recommend you walk. If you're tired, you're dehydrated, you want to get your own private taxi, you're more than welcome to get your own private taxi. But on this particular day, there is no transportation and it's chaotic, the roads are jammed, chock-a-block and everything. But we'll discuss it, but you will have these 2 options, to walk with us or to take the private taxi. And roughly the private taxi is going to cost you about 100, 150 riyals, depending on how much you bargain with the taxi driver. But there's some good points on this and some bad points on this, inshallah Aziz. we'll go into detail when we are in Makkah again on this. Alhamdulillah, it's really getting me excited just now while I'm talking. It's just bringing me back so many memories while I'm talking about the Hajj journey, and it's really emotional. This Hajj journey is. People who have already been will understand while I'm recapping. It's bringing me back a lot of memories as well. So inshallah, once we get into Makkah, we will know that you've done your Rami, because you will mention to us that you've done your Rami on the group, or we'll be with you together. And then you will wait for us to do the Qurbani. Once we have done your Qurbani, we will inform you. Once we've informed you that the Qurbani is done, then you will take your Ihram off. This is a very important matter. This can ruin your Hajj. I will insist on this again in Makkah as well. So once you've done the Qurbani, you can shave your head, you can come into your normal clothing, then you will have to go do your Tawaf Ziyarah, you have to go do your Sa'i, and after Sa'i, we have completed everything, it becomes night time, like i.e. 10, 11 o'clock. Food will be available for you in the hotel, and after that, we have to go back to Mina. Now, this is the difficult part, so we do try to arrange private coaches on this day for you guys. We would like to know the numbers and everything, and then inshallah Aziz, we would then take you back to Mina. Once we get into Mina, inshallah Aziz, again we will sleep the night there because we will be really exhausted. And then inshallah the following day we'd wake up, go do our Rami and come back. Then the next day again we'd wake up, go do our third day Rami and then come back. Or either we'll go back to Makkah. Something, this is what we will discuss. Just one thing I'd like to mention here, that people tend to say there is, or I would like to give you advice on this. For me personally, there's 2 difficult days that people tend to have or come across in Mina. One of them is, these are the 2 difficult days that I experience every year. The first difficult difficult day is the day we will travel, because we will be traveling, then we will do Mina, then we will do our Umrah, so it gets very tiring. And the day of Hajj is very tiring because physically there's a lot of walking going on. So there's 2 difficult days for you during the whole journey physically. Apart from that, alhamdulillah, inshallah Aziz, the facilities that we will provide you, you will be happy with them, you will be satisfied with them, and there is breaks in between, a day break in between that we will be doing during the Hajj. So for example, from Mina to Arafat, you will have a few hours or more than a few hours to rest, relax and everything, and get your energy back and levels up and running. One more thing I would like to mention to you, people tend to catch the cough and the flu quite a lot, and they get temperature quite easily as well. These 3 medications you should take by default with you, because the medication are not as strong, as potent in Saudi Arabia than they are in the UK. So I personally would prefer or mention that you take these medications with you by default: flu, cough and fever medication, and also anti-chafing cream you would need as well, both for men and for ladies as well. If you forget to take these medications, no problem, they are widely available at the pharmacies in Mecca and in Medina as well. So inshallah, this is the whole journey that I have come across. I had in my mind that I had to inform you. Alhamdulillah, every year I do this seminar, so we don't really I don't have these notes, I just say it on top of my head, and inshallah Aziz, I'm sure it's coming closer to Maghrib time as well, so inshallah we will be praying Maghrib, but if we can delay Maghrib for 5 to 10 minutes, because now I will be I'll be happy to be open to questions, and I will be answering those questions as well. I'm already seeing some questions coming up. I have already a question coming up on the screen in front of me. So yes, this this session now, this part of the last session is, or this part of the seminar is going to be open to questions. Obviously, if you cannot ask the question right now, or you've forgotten, or when you want to think back and remember what I said in this seminar, or maybe if you're going to go back and watch this video again, or maybe tomorrow you might have another question coming up in your mind, you're more than welcome to ask those on the WhatsApp. So inshallah Aziz, now we'll go towards the questions session, and inshallah Aziz, after that we'll wind up the whole seminar. Just before, in case you're going to disappear to pray right now, or you're just going to wait 5 minutes or 10 minutes before we finalize these questions, thank you for joining us, inshallah. If you have a family member with you who's traveling and you'd like to share this video, We would share the link again later on onto the YouTube, on WhatsApp, but you can, if you're watching us then on this channel, you can come back and watch the YouTube video again as well. So the first question is, in the ticket it says Terminal 4 at Heathrow. Is that correct, or is it Terminal 3 as you mentioned live? Okay, because there's so many flights, or maybe I have, because I think that I'm a human being as well, I probably made a mistake, or it's probably slipped out of my tongue. If you are traveling from Heathrow Airport, this is excluding the Manchester people, then your terminal is 4. So you are traveling from Terminal 4. You can see it in the videos as well. If I've just said Terminal 3 on the seminar, then I've made a mistake, because I've been doing all these pre-recordings of this flight flying out this day, and it's just been really confusing for myself as well. But Alhamdulillah, we have managed to deliver anyway. So these are the Terminal 4, Zone C. Timings I cannot mention because it's according to your flight and the day you are flying out anyway. Next question is there any restrictions for ladies' shoe please? No, there is no restriction whatsoever what a lady wears. So you can wear socks, you can wear gloves, you can wear a hat, whatever you like, whatever you wear, you know, you can wear shoes, slippers, whatever you're going to wear, socks is allowed. The only thing that ladies, they are allowed to cover their face as well. If you're doing niqab or you wear your hijab, you're allowed to wear you cover your face. However, the veil that is covering your face should not be touching your face. So therefore, if you you wear a veil, then you have to wear a cap, a baseball cap, so that then allows your veil to stay away from your face. That's the only restriction that the ladies have, that if they are covering their faces. If you're not covering your faces, then obviously you can wear whatever you feel comfortable with inside. If you're going to wear a abaya, then you can. Anything underneath, i.e. in the sense of footwear, you can wear that as well. Okay, do you know if the tour guide system works well? Has it been tested? Yes, inshallah, Aziz, I have tested this within our offices, but and out of our offices. The tour guides do work well. If they do not work well, I'm vocal enough to make the whole of the terminal here myself. And also, we do have, previously we have been using microphones, and we have these speaker systems in place in Mecca and Mina as well. Also, if your, argument's sake, your tour guide, which is in my hand, tends to run out, your battery runs out, we do have extra speakers which we replaced in Mina for you, so you will be able to hear if you don't want to put your headphones and listen to us or listen through the headsets. The next question is, when do we put ihram clothes on? Okay, I've already addressed this question, but just quickly, because it's been asked, maybe they're just tuned in or just listening in now. The ihram is your choice where you wear it. However, you have to wear the ihram before miqat. This is the basic. Now, the next thing is, where do we wear it? I mentioned this already. You can either wear it from home before you travel to the airport. You can wear it at the airport after security, but you've got to remember, you have to carry it in your hand luggage. The next thing is, you can wear it on the plane. What I recommend for the men, that it's easy for you to carry, that when you travel from home, wear those slippers that you are planning to wear. Because then it saves the hassle of changing the shoes and then carrying the shoes all over the plane at the Hajj terminal. The less luggage you have, the easier this journey becomes. I personally tend to take one trolley bag, and it kind of lasts me the whole journey, and everything is there. The next question is, can we take / use debit cards instead of cash? Yes, you are more than welcome to take your debit cards and debit cards or your credit cards in Saudi Arabia. There are plenty of ATMs available in the clock tower. We can guide you to them. But please remember, inform your banks that you are traveling abroad in case they block them. There are sometimes very high charges on the transactions, so I would personally say avoid using them cards anyway. But there are plenty of exchange money places available in Mecca anyway. Another thing I would like to add before I I would like to, before we move on to the next thing or question that I have on the screen coming up, is your SIM cards. The SIM cards is that you need to take a mobile phone, whatever mobile phone you're going to take. People make these mistakes, they're not tech savvy or they're not aware. If you're O2 or EE, whatever, you need to ask your cell provider or your phone provider, is your phone unlocked? You need to make sure you take an unlocked phone. We used to provide SIM cards from the UK with the package, but unfortunately what's happened is now the law has changed in Saudi Arabia and you have to put your fingerprint or thumbprint onto your before you activate a SIM card. Therefore, we can't provide you with SIM cards which can get activated. This is why you will have to get your SIM card activated when you are in Saudi Arabia. SIM cards normally cost 45 to 40 riyals, depending which one you will take, and then get them activated there. Obviously, one thing is for sure that you will inform your family members that you're landing at 8 p.m. women's sake in Jeddah, and they won't hear from you for the next 12 hours. They might start getting worried. This is why we've requested, or we've created a WhatsApp group named as Travel Updates. Therefore, obviously we have our SIM cards up and running in Saudi Arabia at the airport. Our staff will have it. So if you would like your family members to be added on to this particular group, send us those numbers to Shuaib. I've already mentioned that WhatsApp number onto the groups, and then we can add those numbers for you, so the whole family of yours or your family members, your friends and family, be it in UK, Pakistan, whatever, we can inform them. The group, 17 days group has landed at Jeddah airport. Now we are going towards Makkah. So we'd like to keep your family members informed as well, so you can focus on ibadat. I would request you to focus on ibadat and leave the rest of the headaches on us. We are making your travel arrangements for you. I would request do not worry. We have everything inshallah covered for you. Next question is that what medication we should take, because I guess you missed what I said. By default, you should take flu medication, cough medication, fever medication, and anti-chaffing cream. Anti-chaffing cream is good to take. These are the 4 things that you should take by default. Again, if you've got blood pressure, if you've got diabetes, yes, I will come on to that. If you've got blood pressure, then you take the medication. If you've got diabetes, you take these syringes. In Mina, inshallah, we do have fridges to store your insulins for you there as well. So you don't have to worry, oh, where am I going to store my insulin when I'm going to take, when I'm going to go to Mina, inshallah. The next question is, are we allowed to wear face masks? Again, I'm going to say what I know, what are the basics. You're not supposed to cover anything over your face, but some people tend to wear those face masks to stay away from the dust that goes around in Mecca or whatever while you're wearing ihram. But by Islamic law, you're not allowed to wear the face mask when you're in ihram. But some people then argue, oh, I've asked my sheikh and he said, oh, because it's a health factor, you can wear you can wear the face mask. But it's not life and death, I think, anyway, personally. But it's your personal opinion. From my knowledge, you're not allowed to wear a face mask. You shouldn't cover your face with a mask anyway. Next question is, once we get out of ihram for Umrah, are we going to miqat again for Hajj? No. This is a good question because some people might think, oh, what kind of question is this? It's a good question because you're doing, there's 3 types of Hajj. The Hajj Badal, which is one, Hajj Ifrad, and Hajj Ifrada. So depending on which Hajj you're doing is, but the one we are doing is we will come out of ihram, and then because we are already in the hudud of haram, we will wear ihram from our hotel only. You don't have to go back to miqat again for Hajj. Inshallah, it's a good question you asked regarding Hajj, but again, if you have any more questions regarding Hajj in the Hajj seminar in Makkah, inshallah, we'll be answering those questions again as well. Do we have any questions? Because I'm not seeing anything come up on the screen for now, but if you do have questions, do please ask them. This is the time we will answer them for you. Will we need travel plug? Yes, I would recommend you travel with an extension lead from the UK, and then in Saudi Arabia you can buy one of those travel plugs to convert the European standards to the Saudi standards. Those plugs cost, I think, those converters cost in Saudi about 5 riyals, if I'm correct, if the prices are the same. But it's good if you travel with a travel plug and also an extension lead with you. It will become handy for the hotels in the economy hotels in Burj Al Sultan and in Medina in Muftara International. Okay, how much cash would they recommend on average for the entire journey? That's the next question. Very good question. Again, there's many answers on this. Because everything is included in your package, I would recommend take less money as possible. But then again, this question is entirely up. You need to ask this yourself, because you're the one who's going to decide how much gold are you going to buy for your family members or for your missus. How many gifts are you going to buy for your kids or whatever, how many dates you're going to buy, whatever you're going to do. So this is entirely your choice. However, I would recommend personally £1,000 is plenty. But then on the other side, I say that this place is the best place on earth to give your sadaqah. Makkah and Medina is the best place to spend like a king. I recommend you spend when you go to Makkah like a king, even though it doesn't mean that you spend millions of pounds there. But if your budget is £1,000, then I would say that you spend as much money as possible as you can on this journey. So again, I would say £500 or £1,000 is more than enough. But then your spending habits. For example, the food we provide will be Asian food in Makkah and Medina. If you don't like the food and it's you fancy a takeaway, i.e. Pizza Hut or KFC, everything's available, Burger King's available, then obviously you would need to keep some money aside, but food is cheap there anyway. The next question is, can you please explain if we need medical help in Saudi Arabia? Should we take out medical insurance, or will we be able to see a doctor anyway? Okay, on this question, there's two questions. Yes, there is medical help available to you in Saudi Arabia. It's free of cost, provided by the government. We have dedicated staff. If in case any of you fall ill, then we'll take you to, inshallah, to the doctors. We have some doctors within the group who, when I spoke to them, they did volunteer to help one another if someone falls ill, so they can do that as well. They are more than happy to help you on this as well. And also regarding medical insurance, if you think you need it, then I recommend, yes, you spend some money, do some research and get your own medical insurance, or for your contents insurance as well, in case you lose your luggage there as well. Now, to plan our days, so that question hopefully is answered. Moving on to the next question, to plan our days in Makkah, what times are meal times in the hotel? This will allow us to plan with prayer times in mind. Good question. Inshallah Aziz, what tends to happen is after Fajr, straight away breakfast will happen. After Zohar, straight away you will have your lunches, and straight away after Isha, dinner is provided. The time period of how long the buffets are available for the timings, inshallah Aziz, we will be putting that up on WhatsApp group once you get into Makkah, or you will have it, as I mentioned, in the lifts or in the notice board as well. So we will be providing you that as well. Any recommendation? So hopefully that question is answered. Moving on to the next one. Any recommendations? Clothing, e.g. shalwar kameez or kandura or jeans or trousers, t-shirt is fine. And if yes, can we buy it over there? Yes. Okay. What I tend to wear is the kanduras myself throughout the whole journey, because they're comfortable to wear and easier to manage as well for men anyway. Yes, they are widely available and they're very cheap there. A kandura will cost you around about 25 riyals depending on what type of you're buying. So it costs about £3 to £4 to buy one pair of kandura. And then the pajamas that you wear underneath your kandura, they are about 10 riyal as well. So yes, you can buy a new pair of clothes. And again, for ladies as well, if they need to buy a pair of hijab or whatever, they are available there as well. Where you buy the SIM card, that is the next question. It's the most important question that we tend to get this on the Hajj journey or the Umrah journey. and that is that you have to go and buy the SIM cards from the kiosks or the shops that are set up around our hotel as well. They are easily available or easy accessible. The telecom services have their own setup there as well. We do try to get this, what do you call it, a contract with the telecom services, where sometimes they do, and we are in negotiations with them. We are trying to get them to come to the hotel and get SIMs activated. But then again, what tends to happen is some people are at Haram and some people are in hotel. So some of you might get lucky and see those boys, and they will sell you the SIM card and get them activated in the hotel. But then for some of you, you will have to go and buy the SIM cards from the telecom services shops which are based around Mecca. One bad thing is that this is the after Haram, the most packed out places in Haram is those SIM cards. Everyone wants to get a SIM card. But then again, I think that when you're going to Saudi Arabia, or when you're going on this blessed journey, yes, you want to stay in contact with your family members, but just inform them that you've arrived, you are safe, you are well. And the main focus of going to Hajj is to seclude yourself from the worldly things and commit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because as I mentioned at the beginning, that this journey is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. Is there any more questions? Where you buy SIM cards, I've already answered that just now. Where do you buy the SIM cards? So if there are any more questions, do get them coming along. If you don't have any questions, I will wait for another 30 seconds or more. If you're still typing away, then please let those questions come across. But from my own satisfaction, I think I have answered or mentioned everything that we tend to go every year on this as well. The next section that has come up is, are we covered medically for everything? No, you're not covered for, yes. This, from what I understand on this question is that, are you covered medically for everything? Yes, you are. So in case, just say you have any problem, you're fallen ill, you're fallen sick, you want to go to the hospital, you get dehydrated, they put a drip on you, everything is covered in that sense medically, because the government provides free medical care service in Saudi Arabia. In case you fall, you broke on your leg, obviously, God forbid that happens to you anyway, but they will cover you as well. Okay, what about head shaves? Are there any recommended barbers? Oh, this is there is no recommendation of barbers there, because once you will come out of Safa Marwa, these barbers allocate these sales guy who will take you towards the shop. Any shop is good there, because at the end of the day, I'm sure you're just gonna shave your head off or trim your hair. So there is a barber shop next to our hotel in Burj Sultan, which is not far away. So it's entirely up to you where you're gonna decide and get your haircut done. For the 5-star guys, or for the 5-star package, again, there is barber shops available at the ground floor of that building that you're staying in as well. Moving on to the next question. Are members of the group free to do as they wish in the days before Hajj in Mecca? Yes, they are. So, for example, once you've completed your first Umrah, you have 2-3 days free, where it does mention that you have a free day and you will do as your own accord, you will do your own ibadah. That means if you would like to do another Umrah while you are in Mecca, then you will have to go to Masjid Aisha and wear your ihram from there, come back and do your Umrah and do as you like. Shaving of head for men, what options are allowed? I think I'm struggling to understand this question. If you could ask me that question again, what options are allowed in the sense, from what I understand, I will answer it. If I haven't answered it properly, then please ask me again. Shaving head in the sense is that you have to use, when you will go to the barber, if you tell him that you want a bald head, then he will put a blade, go through a blade, and then he will shave your head. If you want, then they have these trimming machines, they will just trim your hair. Or if you want to do a qasr, then you will just get a qasr done, as in the barber will just use his scissors and just trim a bit of hair off your head as well, for the men only. That same question has come in more detail. Do men have to shave the head, or they can trim as well? I've answered that. No, you have to trim only. But this is your own, on your own accord, that you want to trim the whole, like you want to put a blade through and you just go completely bald skinhead. It's entirely up to you. The next question is for Hajj Badal. Can you do your own Qurbani, I think. Again, I think there's two questions to that, but I'll answer that anyway. For Hajj Badal, that means you're doing Hajj for someone else. So say for argument's sake, my granddad has passed away, I'm doing Hajj for him. So then you will tell us that I am doing Hajj, not for Awais Mustafa, I am doing it for my granddad. And then when we will do the Qurbani, when we will slaughter the animal, we will mention your granddad's name. If the next question is that can you do your own Qurbani, meaning if you would like to come along with us and see how we carry the sacrifice, you are more than welcome to come along with us and see the sacrifice. Inshallah, this we will discuss when we are in Makkah. Next is explain the hair breaking and falling out for women, because I've heard that you have to be very careful and have to give extra sadaqah. As I mentioned, yes, you have to be very extra careful for the ladies and for men, because trust me on this, that once you come into this ihram, you just start feeling itchy and everything that is not allowed to do in ihram starts happening to you. It's by the shaitan, he wants to disturb you because you're going in the journey of Allah. So anyways, regardless you give sadaqah or not, you should try to loosen your hand and give as much sadaqah as possible as you can in Makkah and in Medina, because you've got to remember one good deed counts as 100,000 good deeds in Makkah. So giving a riyal counts as 100,000 riyal given as sadaqah. So there's countless blessings of that. The next question is there any vegetarian options available at the hotel? Yes, there is going to be vegetarian options available at the hotel. We will always, how the menu is that we tend to have a meat dish and a vegetarian dish, like chicken or meat every day at the hotel, inshallah. Do the women need to cover their feet? It's entirely up to you. By Islamic, if this is for the conditions of ihram, no, you don't have to cover your feet. But it's entirely up to you. If you want to wear socks, you want to wear Skechers, you want to wear Crocs, it's entirely up to you. You can do that as well. Can we do extra Qurbani for a relative? Yes, you can do an extra Qurbani for a relative. We can arrange this for you when we are in Makkah. We will discuss this, who to contact. But just for now, just to answer this question completely, Amir Abbas is the one who's going to be managing extra Qurbani list, and you will be in contact with him. Inshallah, Aziz, I've already put a staff intro onto the WhatsApp group, who does what. So we have designated departments. I'm just a spokesperson and everything as well. Do we have any briefing on daily basis just to spend the time with great care? We won't have daily briefings on daily basis, but we will be available for you to come talk to us during breakfast, lunch and dinner. Even if you want to speak to us in privacy, then you can message us on WhatsApp, and then inshallah we'll get that done as well. Will the group leader Muallim is available for all who join with the travel package to make our Hajj experience great? Yes, inshallah, as I mentioned, I'm traveling on a 17 days group package throughout the journey from Heathrow Airport throughout the whole journey. Inshallah, I will be with you on this 17 days package. On the 14 days package, I think Kamran is available on the 19 days package. We do have, inshallah, someone available with you on this journey, inshallah. And again, in the Mina journey or throughout the Hajj journey, we will be with you, inshallah. The next thing is, what will the daily seminars cover, and is it attendance mandatory? The Hajj, the seminars will not be daily in Makkah. We will give you a day break, and the following day, we tend to have 2 seminars in total during the Hajj days, during the Makkah stay. And attendance from my side is mandatory, so I can explain to you, so I can prepare you, I can give you vital information, so you are aware of what time we're going to go, what time we're going to come. And also this seminar is only for 1 hour, I promise you. So it's going to happen from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. after dinner. So please do try to attend these seminars in Makkah as well. On the second day of stoning, do we have to stay in Mina, or we can come back to the hotel? By law, you have to stay in Mina. If you're the sect you follow of Islam, it allows you to go back to Makkah and stay in your hotel. Yes, the hotel will be available to you. You will have the keys. You can go stay in Makkah, no issues whatsoever. Next question is, can we slaughter the animal ourselves? Yes, you can slaughter the animals yourself. For that, you will have to inform us that you would like to come witness the slaughtering, and we will be more than happy to take you along to the slaughter area where we slaughter the animals as well. So that answers that question. The next question is, I think that question has been answered. Muallim is available for all Hujjaj with the travel package to make our Hajj experience great. Yes, we will be we have a staff of 5 to 6 people around us, who will be able to help you. So I'll be there, Sister Amara will be there, Brother Kamran will be there, Amir Abbas will be there, Zamir will be there, Mr. Zia is going to be there, and we will have another local 2 to 3 staff available for your comfort to anything happens. And inshallah, once we get into Makkah, we will introduce you to the whole staff properly anyway. For now, by the looks of it, I've been informed by the back guy who's been managing me that there's no more questions for now. So inshallah, these coming to prayer time, and inshallah these Maghrib time as well, coming to an end, and inshallah everything that I had to deliver for today on my agenda, I have delivered. Anything missing, again, we are still up and running on the WhatsApp groups. Thank you very much, Jazakallah khair, for joining us. It will be a great pleasure to meet you and welcome you and greet you at the airport and travel with you guys throughout this Hajj journey, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for us. May Allah give us the patience. May Allah make this journey as smooth as possible for us. May Allah allow us to deliver what we've promised to you, and inshallah, may Allah make this journey easy for you for whatever reason you're going for. Obviously Hajj is the main reason, but then people have a lot of things in the back of their mind that they want to go and pray for. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Hajj journey easy for you, for us, and inshallah I cannot wait till this Hajj journey starts, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for joining us once again. Take care of yourself, look after yourself. This is very important. The last thing I have to mention before I leave, because last year we had another young boy, he's 20, 25,